Hola, sweethearts, it's Miss Brie again for some fun felt DIY junk. Today I'm going to show you how to make a heart mini plush. For this project you'll need paper for your pattern, felt in whatever colors you like, thread in corresponding colors, straight pins, at least one hand sewing needle, but one for each thread hue will allay the hassle of constant rethreading, some fabric scraps with which to stuff the heart, small metal rings or hooks for hanging, and clear or masking tape. Alright, fold your paper and make a half of a heart on the folded edge. I used manila. The size depends on you, but remember the following pieces will be smaller than this first heart. Cut out the heart and cut in half down the center. Draw a slightly smaller heart in the silhouette of the larger one. Cut that out. You'll end up with something like these. On your original folded paper, retrace the bigger heart and unfold it so it's whole. Pin that to the base color felt and cut it out once. Now pin the large half heart to your chosen colors of felt and cut it out twice. Do the same with the smaller heart, but once. You'll need 2 small circles also, but I'll show you that in a minute. Now I'm just going to refer to these by color since you can see the basic scheme so far. Pin the white small half to the whole black heart, making sure it's centered. A note on thread: the majority of the stitches are meant to be seen, so double thread your needles. Beginning at the top of the white half heart, sew a basic up and down stitch securing it to the black heart. Stop when you get to the bottom point, leaving the straight side open. Using the third color of your choice, freehand a random shape, like this or this, but I chose this one. One side should be a little longer so you can tuck it under the unsewn half heart. Shove that bad boy in there and continue stitching up the side of the half heart. On the chaos half, pin the design where you think it ought best belong. Perhaps you can tell that the pins I'm using are a little more fine than regular straight pins. They help when you're working with bulkier fabrics or small projects. Anyway, pin the design how you want it, then sew it with corresponding thread. Add or subtract as you go depending on the space you're working with. Mine came out like this. Now I'll show you the reverse side of the Chaos Tranquility side, which kind of has no name, I guess. Pick up your 2 large halves and begin stitching them together so that only the very edges of the fabric touch and don't fold. You can do this with a whip stitch, but I chose a classic X patch stitch. Secure the halves together and make a whole heart. The bottom point is tricky, but don't analyze it too much. You can sew it down later. Now those circles that I mentioned, not too big or too small. In fact, I used the inner circle of the clear tape to draw them. Make one in each opposing color and sew them to the inner part of each half using matching thread. Next, with opposing thread, sew a whip stitch around the circle. You can make the stitch funky like this if you want to. Do the same to the other side. Sweetness! Now put the 2 big hearts together, right sides out, and whip stitch them together. I used a 4th thread color for definition. Start at the outermost curve on one side and work your way around to the bottom point. Here's where you can firmly secure the points together, making them stronger. When you get to the topmost curve of the heart, add a metal ring or hook if you desire. Sew it with a whip stitch and keep sewing until you get to the other top curve. Now this is when you'll want to stuff your heart full of all the joy and goodness that is scrap fabric. Tuck that all in as you sew along the edge. Add your other ring if you want it to be symmetrical, then close up the heart. Grab your tape and wrap them around your index and middle finger, adhesive side out. Press the tape firmly to both sides of the heart to remove excess fuzzies. And you're done. I keep my heart on my keychain, but you can hang it anywhere. Fill it as thick or flat as you want. You can dab on scented oil and hang it from your rear view mirror, or fill it with potpourri and add a ribbon like a sachet. Perhaps put a musical button or a small chime inside. Make several for a baby's mobile, or fill it with steel ball bearings or sand to make a cute paperweight. Have fun with it and keep on crafting.